What's up, everybody? This is Ashlyn Cole from your favorite morning show, Shop Talk, and you are listening to Freedom Radio.
Come on and get your freedom on. Come on and get your freedom on. This is the day that the Lord has made. It's a good day to get your freedom on.
All the things that I've endured, I can see God's hands upon me. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. He made a way out of the way. He opened doors for me. Through danger seen, and unseen.
What is going on, y'all? It is your man, Tole. You're tuned into freedomradio.com, where we bring you the absolute best in gospel music. We do it 24 hours a day on our website, but we are live right here, streaming here live right here, right now on Facebook. we are on YouTube, and we are on Periscope. And if you're trying to figure out what am I tuned into, let me show you. You're tuned into Shop Talk. And you know what it is? It's where literally no person and no subject is off limits. For the next 2 hours, we're going to take this incredible journey. And if you haven't tuned in before, first of all, welcome. Come on in. Do me a favor. If you haven't done so, like, follow, and share today's stream so your friends, your family, your constituents can see what it is that you are watching, what you are tuned in, and they can come on in the room. Come on in the room, and let's make things happen. Listen, before I bring up my co-host, today's show is going to be different because I don't have my normal co-host, but it's going to be great nonetheless. Do me a favor, do me a solid. You know what to do. Get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo. But you know what you got to do? You got to tell your mama them, Ray Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day, Delicious them, Nut Nut them, Pojo them. Let them all know that for the next 2 hours, it's going to be absolutely incredibly amazing. Yes, I did make some things happen. I did add on to my adjectives. And if you were born in the 70s, then you know, don't nothing happen until you unpack your adjectives. You understand? It is all to the good. Yes, I am in a great mood. Can you tell? Maybe it's because I am Ikonoshe. Oh, thank you, Lord. I felt my t-shirt in my ministry. You understand? Listen, today, I'm cracking my own stuff up. Let me bring on my first co-host, but before I do that, let me do some things. Let me make some things happen. If you don't know who I am, yes, I am your host, Demetrius So Free. You can follow me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all with the handle at @DTollFree, and I will be glad to have you. If you follow me, like me, even though someone that I know that I'm gonna bring up in a moment or two told me that I shouldn't, but if you like me, follow me, I'll follow you back. You understand? It's all to the good. That's how I roll. Here's what I want to do. Let me bring up my first co-host. Usually I bring her up last, but because she is my only normal co-host that's hanging out with me today, we're gonna retch out. Yes, I did say retch. Let's retch out to the city of Charlotte, North Carolina. Well, I guess I won't. She just dropped off as I was mentioning. You know what? Sometimes your technology is a hoot sometimes. I be cracking my own stuff up. I was just ready to bring the person up, then all of a sudden they disappeared. Anyway, I'm going to try it one more time. Out in Charlotte of North Carolina, my homegirl and yours. She has now become a favorite here on freedomradio.com. She is an extraordinary singer and graphic designer, and she designs for me all the time. My homegirl and yours. Out in Charlotte, the North Kakalaki, let's bring up my girl, Yolanda Wildpraize Morant. Yolanda, what's going on?
I have my earphones on. Just a second, son. So girls, come on. All right, technical issues.
No glasses today. I was waiting for that.
Today. Sometimes you got to be okay with what you got.
Okay, I'm not mad. Well, I am going to need you to grab some headphones. So I tell you what. I'm gonna give you a moment. I'm gonna put you backstage just for a second while you figure that whole thing out. Listen, Yolanda's gonna be hanging out with us today. Show's gonna be amazing. She always brings us great stuff, and she always makes me laugh. Tell you what, let me give some shout outs to some people that are already hanging out with us and make some things happen. So shout out to Delasia Campbell hanging out with us already. Now I don't have Ashlyn, but I gotta say it anyway. We have my girl Benita Adams Jones, and you know Benita Adams Jones, you gotta put me on. Benita Adams Jones, you just gotta put me on. Benita Adams Jones, you gotta put me on. Benita, that is for you. Shout out to Dee Dee Felder. How could we have a show without Dee Dee Felder? Shout out to my homegirl, my neighbor, Ty McClain. Are you back from NY yet? I seen you out there doing your thing, getting wet at the little thing you was out there at. I'm a little bit jealous, but it's okay. But are you back? Want to know if you're back, Ty? Shout out and a welcome to Janet Everett Morgan. Good morning to you as well. And Azizi Lord out in Sacramento. Yes, we are glad to have you hanging out with us. My homegirl, another one of my constituents from my church, Gay Harris, is in the virtual building. It is all to the good. My homegirl out in Fresno, California. Yes, yeah. You better know how to quick it. You understand? Leah Marie in the virtual building as well. Tracy J. Wilson, what is going on? A name I haven't seen in a while. Bahati Worley, what is going on? Glad to have you as well. Shout out to Aisha McFadden Jackson. Glad to have you hanging out with us as well. And Ty McClain as chimed in and said, no, she's not back yet. It's all good. But shout out to my girl, Lori Fairley Green, who says good morning to D Tole, that's me, and the Shop Talk crew, as well as a first-time listener from my church, another constituent from my church, Glad Tidings Church of God in Christ, Hayward, California. Well, United States of America, the missionary Patricia Ann Jackson Wheeler, if my memory serves me correct, was the first official member of Glad Tidings in Hayward. Glad to have you, my sister. Good to see you hanging out with us as well. All right, let's bring Yolanda back. Yolanda, you good? You got your headphones? Okay. Okay, cool. I'm glad to have you. Thank you. Thank you. So what is going on with you out in the North Kakalaki? How you doing this early Monday afternoon?
Listen, grinding. Being a business owner is not as easy as it appears all the time. So sometimes, you just, oh man. Listen, the plus side is you can go when you want to go. You can work in your pajamas. You can, you don't have to ask to get off.
True.
I can wear my hair color. Listen, somebody don't understand. No, I was on a flight. And the stewardess was talking to a passenger, and she said, "Oh yeah, I can't wear my hair like this, and I can't, I can't do this, and the can'ts and the can'ts." It was like a lot of can'ts.
Yeah.
And I just literally sat in the bed on the seat, like to somebody else is not a big deal, but I literally was sitting there like, "Thank you, Jesus, wow." Because sometimes you just don't realize how blessed you are. So those are the benefits. Like you get to go when you want. I can go home. I can fly home and see my family. I can, all those benefits. Okay, now the other side. It's hard. Those are the pros. You can take off. I can come down to the Freedom Party. I could go to the Stellas. Okay. Now, the other side is it's hard work. That's not bad, actually, but it's hard work. Sometimes you have to work when you don't want to. Sometimes you have to, sometimes it's late nights, early mornings. And life still is moving, right? So I'm working to slim down. I'm drinking all of this. Let me show y'all. Yep, I'm at it again. So I'm drinking all this good gallon of water.
Okay.
So, hey, so the other side is you got to work hard. It doesn't come for free. So that's what we're doing. We're working, we're stacking. I mean, everybody know that's what I do. I grind. But we're working, we're stacking. I'm trying to make some other things happen. So, when you run a business, you're the secretary and
you're all those.
You're all those parts.
CFO, you answer all the calls, you got to return the emails and text messages. I get it. And it's almost a 24-hour a day job. I absolutely get it. And it's amazing that you would mention that, because the next co-host I'm about to bring up has that same hustle mentality. As a matter of fact, she works 28 hours a day. I don't even know how she does it, but just like you, she does graphics and she sings. It's amazing all the people that we have. Everybody sings, everybody has their side hustles. But listen, the young lady I'm about to bring up, I don't know if you and her have ever met officially, but
officially today.
I'm excited about this. So let's bring up my homegirl. She is out in Vallejo of California. She runs a million businesses. She does everything to make a hustle happen. And she is a part of Freedom Radio team. Those of you who tune in early mornings, 6 a.m. in the morning on here on the West Coast, 9 a.m. in the mornings on the East Coast. She's on every day with the prayer call, and she streams it right here on Freedom Radio, makes things happen, as well as produces High Tea with Breathe, those of you who are familiar with that show, and so much more. Without further ado, let's bring up my homegirl, the radical one herself, Dionne Jackson. Dionne, girl, what is going on? How you doing?
Hi, guys. Happy Monday. I'm amazing. I can't complain. Hi, Yolanda. It's super nice. You do an amazing job. Just from one creative to the next year. I love your work. You do a great job. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Let me tell you something, Dionne. I'm excited to have you because you're a creative. You are a person whose brain is nice and oily, for lack of a better term. Your brain is nice and oily. Thank you, Lord Jesus. As well as Yolanda. Yolanda is a super. I wore this T-shirt on purpose. Thank you, Lord. It's super oily, and you both of you think of things that I would never think of to do, and your creative minds in terms of doing graphics and all these type of great things. I just want to take a moment and clap hands for the both of you guys, because you guys are two of my favorites, and I am uber happy to have both of y'all hanging out with me.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Fun.
no doubt. We've got people already hanging out and chiming in. I didn't get a chance to mention my cousin. Normally when Sabrina's here, she tried to take the kudos, but this is my cousin, Derek Murphy, out in Texarkana, who says that he is off work today. Today, I think it's some kind of a holiday, and he's able to hang out with us. And hey, Aisha McFadden is saying to you, Dionne, hey, and then all the way out in Los Angeles, my homegirl of the Bay Area, but she's on loan out in Los Angeles, Kenya Crawford. She is in the virtual building, and she says, yo, Dionne, yeah. Tracy J. Wilson says, hey, my sister, most definitely. Delasia is hanging out talking about Dionne. And Patricia, she says, she's in my town, Vallejo. Yeah, Valley Joe, if you're from there, you understand? And so many more people are chiming in from everywhere. Now, here's what we're going to do. Normally, right through here, I would do something else, but I got Kenya Crawford on here. So because I got Kenya Crawford hanging on here, we're going to get ready to take our first music break. When we come back from the first music break, we are going to jump into our birthdays, and we're going to do so much more. So Kenya Crawford, my homie, who I need her to write a song for me, since you wrote a song for Leah Marie, you understand? But since I got Kenya, here's what I'm going to do. Let's get ready to play some great music. Yolanda, I'm going to throw you backstage for a minute. Dionne, wave to the people. I'm going to throw you backstage just for a second. When we come back, we will have even more. So you know what you got to do. You got to keep it locked right here. We'll be right back with more, y'all. Yes, thank you, Lord Jesus. Right after this.
Lord, I will live
Yes, yes, and yes. Listen, that is Kenya Crawford and my dude Marcus Crawford, Crawford City Productions. Listen, let me bring back Yolanda. Let me bring back Dionne. Woo!
Kenya, girl. Let me just tell you
Listen,
something.
Ridiculous.
I have always been a fan. Kenya Boyd, to me, in my personal opinion, because I may not get this opportunity again. Let me. There's some people that I just personally believe are made to be stars. Some people are like a Fantasia, Leandra. Some people are just made to be there. But I just really believe that, Kenya, let me just ask you. Let me ask your husband, why are we not seeing y'all songs everywhere? I need to see you on the BET Awards, the whatever awards, this show, this show, this show, this show. This chick has always been fire.
yeah, always. Yeah, Kenya Boyd Crawford has always been one of my favorites, along with her sisters. Man, let me tell you something. And she says to you, thank you to you, Yolanda. She says, if you've never heard her and her sisters get down, OMG. The Boyd sisters are one of my favorites. The Boyd sisters, the Bird sisters. Don't get me going. I'm telling you, the Bay Area. I keep telling y'all.
Period.
I keep telling y'all, there is a sound that comes from the Bay Area that can't be replicated, can't be duplicated, can't be imitated. None of those things. I'm telling you. I'm trying to. I'm like Tom McClain. I got my hands lifted. And Yolanda, I seen you while the song was playing, where you got a chance to lift your hands because Kenya Boyd she's a problem. I just want to let y'all know that she is a problem. Want to give a shout out to Naaman Birkendahl hanging out. Says loved always, love my niece since MySpace. You understand? I get it. I absolutely agree with you. And my dude Chris Haynes is hanging out with us virtually, and he says, "What's up, Dionne Jackson?" He says, "What's up to you?" That is my dude. That's my bro. There's only a couple people in the Bay Area that can really pass for my bro, because he and I both got this great thing going on. So Chris Haynes, man, good morning, man. What is happening? I'm still trying to get me a single together. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know who's going to write it. I don't know who's going to want to produce it. But I feel something in my shundo. I'm ready to sing, Yolanda. I say that for you. I feel like there is, there's a praise on the inside that I can't keep to myself. And if y'all fool with me, a holla bubbling up from the depths of my soul.
You know you got it, Dito. You know
I feel it. I feel it. So, somebody from Freedom Radio says that I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna write it. I'm not that big songwriter like that, but it is all to the good. Kenya Crawford says she truly appreciates the encouragement. And Chris Haynes, says he is my dude. Yes, he is. Yolanda, what is going on? I know you're trying to get my attention.
No, I'm clicking, but I will. Kenya, you need daily encouragement.
Listen,
I need to come to your post every day.
No, I don't need daily encouragement.
Who need that? Okay, Kenya and Dito, we've been having this conversation. Kenya, you need daily encouragement, girl. Like what you need? Because I'm telling you, and you have a song that your husband will not give me. Tell your husband I want that song.
Well, I tell you what, listen, today's show would not be complete. I just got a break in. I see a person who I've been trying to add for the longest. So Dionne, this is Dionne's homie, mine as well. Yolanda, I think you've met Sabrina before, but listen, when Shop Talk really started picking up some momentum, it was first me and Ashlyn. Then we said, let's get another co-host on. When we really started picking up some momentum and really started picking up some fans, it's because of this next young lady I'm about to bring up. She is the innovative thinker behind the segment Ask Shop Talk. She has branched off and started her own show right here on Freedom Radio, High Tea with Bree, that has literally taken the airwaves by storm. Her and Dionne combined together to bring you a power-packed hour that will challenge you to think, that will have you crying, that will have you laughing, but then at the end of it all, feel like you've made some progress in your life and you're ready to move forward. Let's bring on my homegirl and yours, Sabrina Bree. not Brianna Robertson, Sabrina.
Hi,
Welcome.
guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi. I feel like I have gone through many toils and tribulations to get here this morning. Oh, but I made it. Quick and
Bree, listen, I am so glad to have you hanging out with us.
Hi, guys.
Without you. So welcome home.
Oh my God, it feels good to be here. I'm in the office today. It's not a holiday for me.
Wow.
And the Corona crew came in to clean my office and they disconnected my computer. And if y'all know anything about me, tech savvy, I am not. But your girl got in here today, sleeves rolled up. I had to take my coat off. They worked my little braids out, lips ashy, but we here.
Well, you know what? You got people hanging out talking about you. So Chris Haynes talks about the lovely Sabrina.
Hi, Chris.
Tracy J. Wilson. Bree, that's my sister. I hear you. Aisha McFadden says, my sister Sabrina, we love you. And then Dee Dee Felder, of course, my sister Bree. It is
Hey.
good. Dee Dee Felder, she says her stomach is already hurting because she's laughing so much already. It is all to the good. So you know what? We was talking when you was chiming in. I'm trying to get myself together. I feel that it's time for me finally to do some music. Chris Haynes chimes in and says, let's go, Tole. You know I got you, and I know you do. He says, let's redo what we did and make an inferno. Man, don't fool with me like that. Don't mess with me like that. I just feel it. I've turned 50. I've turned a corner. And it's time for me to, if it's just a single, I'll roll a single. If I can put together 8, 9, 10 songs, I can roll with that. But I feel like the time has finally come. Sabrina, you sing alto, right?
I do. But you know what? I was just thinking, people always put in their personal plugs for them and themselves and their children. If you or Chris Haynes would pick up my baby and do a song with Karjani, that would absolutely bless the people and it would make my heart happy.
Okay. I feel where you're going. Look, I've heard Karjani sing. That girl can't sing. She is nice and oily. There's an anointment on her. You understand? And I have no problems talking and using Karjani because she is amazing. All right, listen, let's move on with the show. I haven't even shared with any of our co-hosts the things that we have going on today. Okay. So later in the day, normally I have either help a brother or help a sister out. Today we need to help a parent out. And we'll do that in just a few moments. Here's what we're going to do. Let's jump into our birthdays. And since I'm already here, I'll get things going. But you know what I got to do? I got to type in, because I got to do that. Type in happy birthday. And let's get ready to do this. So I'll go first since I'm already here. So give a happy birthday shout out to Portia Chandler. Happy 27th birthday to Darius Johnson. Happy birthday to Pat Rainey. 35th birthday to Shamar Lewis. Oh, my dude out in the Bay, John Tay, J. Biz Williams has a birthday. Last but not least, I don't have a long list today. Last but not least, Marcella Glasper Butler. And I want to do a special shout out. She's not on as I've seen as of yet, but over the weekend, Stacey Williams Tucker had a birthday. On Saturday, she had a birthday, and I didn't mention that before. So I wanted to give all those people a shout out. So with that being said, Yolanda, what birthdays might you have today?
So let's see. Aaron Harris' birthday is today. Kyle Butler, Al Taylor. Some of these people are from Colorado, so you may not know them. Oh, Pastor Tisha from back home today is her birthday, and today is Kyle Kelly of Kevin. They're the group from St. Louis, been around for quite a long time. And today is the Kurt Carr's birthday.
Oh wow, Kurt Carr! I am a huge fan of his. And grateful for all of those. So Chris Haynes says to you, Sabrina, because I'm coming to you next. He says, let's go in terms of adding Karjani to make things happen. Let's do that. And yeah, we do. I'm with it. Dee Dee Felder, she says, why nobody wrote her no song? You know what? I cannot. So Kenya Boyd says that we want to shout out her baby brother, Kenny Boyd III. Today is his 100th birthday. And tomorrow, thank you, Sister Patricia.
Is that what that said?
Yeah. You know,
it said 100?
No, somebody else. Oh, 30th. I just say 30th.
Don't act like
Hey,
that.
you know, when I be in my ambidextrous mode, trying to do everything with both hands, anything's liable to happen. I want to give a shout out to my church mother, Mother Oglesby. Tomorrow,
Yes.
if she opens her eyes, she will turn 100.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Queen Mother.
Yeah, she turns 100. And the funniest thing is, she's not even the oldest mother at my church. I have another mother that just turned 102.
Wow.
So,
It's a blessing.
listen, whatever they drinking, I want it. Whatever they doing, holler at me. Let me know what is happening. All right, it is all good. Okay, Sabrina, what birthdays might you have today?
So I'm going to join you in wishing Pastor Shamar Lewis a happy birthday. Denise Mills, she's a PFBCer. She has a birthday today. Steve Cook is celebrating his 60th birthday. Carol Calhoun, happy birthday to you. India Robinson, happy birthday. Barbara Ann Jones, happy birthday. Donnie Small, one of my sorority sisters, is her birthday. And I want to reach back over the weekend as well. My personal rabbi, Pastor William Coleman, who's been a blessing to the High Tea with Bree and Dionne show, he celebrated his 53rd birthday on October the 10th, and his beautiful wife celebrated her birthday on October the 7th. So happy birthday.
Awesome. Good stuff. Also, finally, from my end, I keep forgetting as I keep going with this. First of all, I want to give a shout out. We mentioned Shamar Lewis a few moments ago, and he just chimed in and said thank you. So, Shamar, one, welcome to the show. Secondly, happy birthday. I also want to mention that finally for me tomorrow, not only is it our church mother's birthday, but also First Lady Vanessa Macklin. I believe she turns 67 tomorrow as well. So grateful and glad to have them celebrating in this month also. Last but not least, Dionne, what birthdays might you have?
So Sabrina stole mine. Of course, we have a lot of friends in common. So Denise and Pastor Shamar Lewis, happy birthday. My god baby, her name is Brittany, but she calls herself on Facebook Paris Gotti. Happy birthday, Britt. And to Leisha Allen, who is a Victorville member. Leisha, happy birthday. I pray you have an excellent day. And finally, for me, I have Giselle Bonds. She's an amazing photographer, entrepreneur. Happy birthday, Miss Giselle. Hope you had an amazing day. That's it for me. My list is short.
It's all good. I am glad to have all this time. And first of all, to give a shout out to Michelle Woodson Alexander, who doesn't say good morning to me, but she says good morning to you, Dionne. Glad to have you hanging out with us as well. And so many more. Now, usually this is Ashlyn's thing where she would pour into the people who are having birthdays. But let me just say, in brevity, that's a good word to have in your yeah, you know, a good word to have in the back of your noggin. Listen, those of you who are celebrating birthdays during this time, don't let nobody steal your shine. This is your time. This is your day. The Lord has blessed you to see another year. And whatever you do, whether it's virtual or you decide to do something safely in public with mask on, whatever you decide to do, don't let nobody take away the fact that it's your birthday, your time, and celebrate it however you want to celebrate it. And don't let nobody take it away from you. I'm grateful that to be able to have this particular time. Now Michelle wants to fix and say, oh, I'm sorry. Hello, everybody. Okay, it's all good. I'm messing with you. Glad to have you hanging out with us. Now, we're doing something different today. Freedom Radio, it was told to me by a very popular preacher that if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. And, it was told to me that nothing changes until something changes. Here at Freedom Radio, we are ever changing and doing different things that, one, no other radio station does. I think that we are in a box or in a lane of our own. We're not trying to be like nobody else, and we're not trying to replicate or duplicate nobody else, which is why I love the fact that we have the incredible Yolanda, who appreciates and can be in the same room and hang out with another creative, such as my homegirl, Dionne. And then we have the smart one and the thinker extraordinaire. Down at the bottom, we have Sabrina hanging out with us. All of them have always challenged me to be the best that I can be. So let me just first of all say to you, thank you for being who you are and challenging me to be greater. So with that being said, this was a big segue to say that we're introducing a new segment. the new segment that we're getting ready to do is a featured artist. Now, there are many people in the Bay Area as well as all around the country that do new music, and we do it all the time. We hear and debut new music all the time. As a matter of fact, next week we're going to do another great debut, and we'll talk about that as the show goes on. Let me get ready to show you a quick 1-minute clip of right now our featured artist of the month. This is Lucinda Marie. Take a look at this.
How do I move forward through these dark times in my life? How do I praise you when I don't see the light? How do I help my neighbor when I need help? I become next for me. I become who set me free. I become.
That is our featured artist, Lucinda Marie. I took a moment and took some time to create that quick video clip for her. And when I sent it to her, she texted me back literally in tears because no one has ever thought to be this kind or nice to her. So Lucinda Marie, first of all, welcome to the Freedom Radio family as our featured artist. And we are glad to have you a part and hanging out with us, as well as the rest of you. Glad to have everyone hanging out with us today. Okay, y'all. Sabrina, why are you so smiley and so happy?
Because I thought she was literally going to be joining us. That was amazing. I enjoyed it. What's ironic is that I've seen her pictures on Facebook, and I haven't had an opportunity to hear any of her music, but the sincerity in her voice is absolutely what shines through in the pictures. She just looks very warm and engaging, and just the short clip that you did, I enjoyed it.
Awesome. Thank you, Bree. I appreciate that. Shout out to Allegra Toll-Free, who is hanging out with us in the virtual room. She says good morning to the fam bam.
Good morning.
As well as to T. Marie, saying that she loves her voice, talking about Lucinda Marie, an amazing vocalist. That song was produced by the Bay Area's own Marcus McCauley, and he did also her photo shoot as well. A couple of the clips in there, I think you saw a flyer that Yolanda did for us. So thank you, Yolanda, for doing what it is that you do. And we are glad to make that happen. All right, y'all. Now, Yolanda, I just want to throw this out here. I heard you mention at the top of the show about, your hair, and you was on a flight recently and different things was happening on the flight where they almost was not going to let someone on, right, based on their hair. Is that how you explained it?
No, the flight attendant was talking to a passenger, and they were saying about the restrictions they had, about the type of hair color or hairstyles that they could or could not wear, because they work for the airline. And the passenger was saying how restricted she was because her hair was kind of like this really pretty bright red, and she was saying how she barely slid through with the color. Yeah,
well, you know what? I was reading the news last night. And shout out to Patricia Farr. What is up, Patty? Glad to have you hanging out with us. I was reading the news last night, and I was looking at a particular article about a flight. Here's what happened in a nutshell. African-American young lady, somewhat, shapely, getting ready to get on a Southwest flight from, I think, D.C. or something to Chicago, something like that. She was wearing a halter top or whatever the top y'all put around y'all neck. Anyway, she's getting ready to board the flight. She's getting ready to leave from one place, go to the next place. The place where she was going to land in was going to be hot, about 80, 85 degrees. She's getting ready to jump on the plane. The person at the desk tells her she can't get on the plane because of her top, that people on the plane would find her top to be offensive. Ironically enough, her having the same type of blood as a Dionne and same type of blood as a Sabrina, She questions the person at the desk and says, well, what kind of top am I supposed to wear? And show me in your policy where I can't wear this kind of top to get on the plane. They go back and forth. It gets crazy. It gets so crazy to where the captain of the plane gets off the plane, comes down the runway to meet this young lady and to tell her, hey, I want to get you to the next place. I want to get you from one place to the other. Here, you can have one of my shirts. Put my shirt on. Come on, let's go on the plane. Let's go to Chicago together. The young lady, again, having blood and, thoughts like Dionne and Sabrina and possibly Yolanda. She said, I don't want to put your shirt on. I want to see where it is in your policy that there is a dress code for passengers, paying passengers that have to wear a certain thing to be able to get on the plane. Again, now, this is a Black young lady. The person at the front desk is a Black young lady as well. They go back and forth for about 30 minutes. Finally, she concedes and says, okay, I'll put on the captain's shirt and gets on the plane. She gets on the plane, of course, and then as soon as she sits down, she takes off the shirt and shows her stuff again, as Black women would do. Since I have three wonderful Black queens on here with me, let me start with you, Yolanda, since you started us down this road of airplanes and stuff. What would have been your response, or how would you have reacted to such an action coming to you about get on the plane?
So, I'm probably too nice. Okay, first of all, I'm seeing a picture of, first of all, girl, your body is like, so.
Can you share the picture? I assume she's blessed and highly favored, but.
Oh, she bad.
She bad, yeah.
She bad.
I don't have it on my phone, but if you may be able to share your screen. You have it on your phone, right?
I just found it on my tablet. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure one of our listeners will tag it to the thread.
Yeah. Somebody find a picture, but
yeah. I mean, so the girl, first of all, the girl is bad to death. That's the one. So really, it's not like she has very large breasts or there was something, to that magnitude. That's number one. Now, this is just me. I've been on flights where I'm looking like, yeah, you do a different type of work, huh? Because your clothes, daughter. Yeah. So it was a racial thing. Number one, if it was me, I probably, because we working to get where she at. I'm number one. I may not have had that on, and I choose my battles. I'm trying to get to where I gotta go, so I'm not gonna stand here and argue and fight with you because I can't afford to be put off any planes or, some people. Let me tell you a rule I've learned: you should always be nice to people that are in customer service. So whether they are at the desk, whether they're the person taking your ticket, because they have the authority to put you off. I don't have time to go through the gimmicks and the games. So sometimes people are not having a nice day. And so I don't want to be a part of your bad day. So I just choose my battles.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. And yeah, sometimes you can be too nice, although you challenge me sometimes to be a little more mean. I'm trying.
No, I'm just saying. But I think the flight, but I will say for the, the ladies, I do think hats off to the pilot though, actually, because he could have continued in whatever was going on. But I think it was this is just me, because sometimes we find reasons to say, oh, they don't like us. Yeah. But I mean, if he was just saying, hey, let's just all be happy, and here, I'll give you my shirt, and just trying to push the fire down, then
yeah. I'm with you. Now, Dionne has found the actual she's found the actual article and has posted it on the thread. So when you get time, take a look at this. This was on Southwest Airlines, just so you know. But Dionne, just how we just talked about it, briefly, what would have been your response? What would have been your reply?
Well, I guess technically, first and foremost, I hate airplane air, so I don't like it on me.
Mm-hmm.
That's first. In real life, it's cold on airplanes, so I would be concerned about the child shivering and being a little chilly. But to get off the plane, based on something that I have on, I probably wouldn't have cut up like, I'm gonna say it like my grandmother, like I would have used to. Yeah, it's real catch-22-ish. I think that her attire was what she likes to wear. But it was a little extra. She cute and all of the stuff, but just for the sake of no drama, so to speak, I would have probably had an issue with them asking me to get off the plane based on my clothes. Not that I didn't have on a mask or, things of that nature, but I would have put this shirt on probably just to be accommodating, honestly, just to avoid.
I'm with you. I'm actually kind of shocked at your response, but I'm with you all the way.
Well, some battles, I think, kind of similar to Yolanda. Some battles are absolutely unnecessary. First and foremost, I would never have had that shirt on. That's first. Yeah. I wouldn't, because that would create a whole entire issue. So
I won't go any further on that. Yeah, I hear you.
That's not what I'm gonna put on. I
got you. I'm with you. Well, I tell you what, Bree. Now you may not have seen what the young lady had on. I don't know if you have, but
I'm trying to find it. I couldn't click. I couldn't access the link.
Oh, you can.
But I'll say this: if it was cute and her body was together, if you've ever taken vacation with me, I probably would have wore it. Yeah. Now, I'm like Dionne though. The airplane be super cold.
Super.
It is
super cold. So I would have done it different. I would have got dressed in that good bathroom on the way to get my bag. I would have done that.
Yeah.
However, I definitely would have took the pilot shirt. We taking that. Boom. Thank you, sir. Gonna take that. I'm gonna wear it on the next flight. Now, would I have cut up? I wouldn't have cut up. I wouldn't have, because I would be so mindful of the other people whose flight that I'm probably delaying. That it wouldn't have allowed me to do that. However, I am real good at putting pen to paper. And they absolutely would have heard about my disenfranchisement and how embarrassed I was. So it would have been dealt with, but we fight differently over the age of 40 and with some education. We fight a little different.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you all the way. Kenya Crawford chimes in and she says the flight attendant should have offered a blanket once she was seated. I would rather sit next to her other than a passenger that smelled or had on dirty clothing.
Don't nobody want them smallpox blankets in the day of Corona? Keep your little square, because it ain't even a blanket no more. Them just like a little piece of felt. Keep that.
I feel you. I feel you. Now, shout out to Russell Jefferson, another one of my neighbors, my little nephew. He chimes in and he says, I've worked for Southwest in Oakland, and I've seen a lot of Las Vegas working ladies wearing far less and was still able to fly. Las Vegas working women. Okay.
Right.
That part. Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave it right there. And man, I'm telling you, you guys, I'm actually shocked, but amazingly shocked to see what you guys have got going on in terms of how you're approaching this. And I agree. The older you get, your mindset and your reply does change. I'm here to tell you that there are some things that I have experienced over my life, and I see Yolanda has found it. So let's bring it on the screen. This is what she wore, Sabrina. You see Sabrina? She's like, whoa, what the? So this is the top that she had on. Bree.
Bad chick.
Yeah.
And so Bahati, he chimes in and he says, I believe Sabrina would have gotten a little loud with that. Okay.
Bahati and we've kind of grown up together, so he knew me. He knows me well. Now, let me say this. Now, if I was annoyed enough, I definitely, once we hit that 35,000 altitude, I definitely would have flung that other top off and pranced up and down the aisle. You want a soda, peanuts, popcorn? What we doing? I'd have used that little felt blanket as a cape. What we doing? Anybody? Is there one?
Oh
my God.
Pettiness.
See, and that's Sabrina. That's a Sabrina I know. I'm sure. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, the level.
I ain't mad at you. I am not mad at you. Listen, here's what we're gonna do. I was gonna get ready to take a music break. We're gonna save the music break for a little bit later. I want to change this a little bit, and I hope and pray that this doesn't make you all mad. But we're gonna call this. Normally, I would call this "Help a Brother Out," But let's get ready to change this a little bit because today we want to help a parent out. So let's put that on the screen and let's make this happen because I'll help a parent out. Sabrina?
Yes.
I was getting ready to tell you I want you to be on your best behavior, but I don't even know what that looks like. So
I'll put my shirt back on for this one.
You know what? I am mad at you. Shout out to my homegirl Shannon Fitzgerald, who says to you, Bree, that she loves you for that.
Yes, high five, Shannon.
Yeah. And as you can see, Shannon is actually chiming in from YouTube. So those of you who are watching, not only are we streaming live on Facebook, we are streaming live on YouTube as well. We are streaming live for those of you who use Twitter. We are on Periscope. So we are streaming live on all these places. Shout out to Linda Clark, also hanging out with us from Georgia, and glad to have her hanging out with us as well. Let's get ready to make a couple things happen. So Dionne, I'm gonna give you a second to do what you got to do. She will be right back in just a moment. But here's what I tell you what, because I don't want Dionne to miss this. Here's what we're gonna do. Let's take a quick music break. I still got Kenya Crawford hanging out with us apparently. And Kenya Crawford is not only a great singer, but she is a great songwriter. And her husband is an amazing producer. Amazing. So tell you what, we will give Dionne a moment to do what she needs to do. And we're going to take a music break. When we come back, we'll do a help a parent out. So Yolanda, throw you backstage. Bree, put you backstage just for a minute. Let's take this music break. I'm inspired by the incredible Kenya Boyd Crawford. I'm super inspired by her husband, my bro, Marcus Crawford. They together teamed up to make this song for my homegirl, Leah Marie up Ikanache. Let's church this for a minute. Let's hear this. We'll be right back with more. Yep, right after this. Hey.
Save me from a life stained with sin. You didn't let me die in my pit. You gave me a second chance to say I win. Lord, you did it. Save me from my sin and shame. Lord, you did it. Because of you, I'm not the same. You did it. Open my eyes so I could see. Lord, you did it. You did it, Lord, just for me. I don't look like what I've been through. Not because I'm worthy. You saved my soul. You healed this temple. You made me whole. Save me from my sin and shame. Lord, you did it. Because of you, I'm not the same. Lord, you did it. Open my eyes so I could see. Lord, you did it. I am so happy since the day that you changed. Used to do more. My life will never be the same now that I'm free. Restored my mind. I am so happy since the day the Lord changed me. Loosed the shackles and set me free. My life will never be the same now that I'm free. Take me back to church. I am so happy. I am so happy since the day the Lord. It's because of you, Lord, I made it through. My life will never be the same now that I'm free. I'm living today because of you. I am so happy since the day the Lord changed me. Could have lost it all, but it was you I called. My life will never be the same now that I'm free. Come on, turn to somebody and say, I'm free.
Lord have mercy. That is the incredible, the talented Leah Marie out in Fresno, California. Oh my God, I love that song. Kenya Boyd, Marcus Crawford put in some good work on that particular song. And Patricia, she chimes in and she says, yes, that song is awesome. Delasia also chimes in and she says that she loves that song. Glad to have y'all hanging out with us. Let's bring back Yolanda. Let's bring back Dionne. And of course, let's bring back the super hilarious Sabrina. Welcome back to the show, y'all. All right. Now, we're getting ready to do Help a Parent Out. And I make reference to this because usually it's help a brother out, help a sister out, or something like that. But today's a little bit different. And I'm going to need everybody to chime in because we really need to help this person out, this parent. Let me tell you what I mean. I'm gonna bring the picture up in just a second. My mother, my father, even Allegra. Now, I even haven't showed Allegra this. I don't even know if she's still hanging on or watching, but I'm curious to see how you guys as parents. Now, Yolanda, I know you're not a parent, but you grew up with some strong parents, and I'm curious to see how you guys respond to this. So let me bring it up. Today's Help a Parent Out goes like this. You've been teaching your son not to hit girls, but this girl at school keeps beating your son up. The question is, parents, Lord have mercy, Jesus, what should he do? Now, let me preface this by saying that I mentioned this, that my mother told me and my daddy told me, and we're trying to raise our children, not to be a fight starter. You don't hit nobody, but I'm torn because it's a girl that keeps messing with this boy. And so it's like, okay, I was taught, don't you hit nobody, but if they hit you, you better close your eyes, ball up your fist, and knock them into next week. But this is a boy, and he's being messed with by a girl. What am I supposed to do? Dionne, who has some incredible, strong, and talented Black men as sons, I'm going to start with you on this. What would you do, Dionne, and scoot to your right so that we can, there you go. And how would you respond to this?
You know, this is a hard one right here. And as a mother of 3 sons, most certainly I would absolutely positively tell my sons that it's not okay to mollywop a little girl. But if my son come home lumped up, you hear me? What I would probably say is maybe, I'm from Richmond. So, stuff is a little different for the girls. I know girls that'll pick up a whole table and hit the cat over the head with them and then take the blows that they get right after. So I would suggest that she maybe start preparing herself to get choke slammed. Just one time. I just choke slam her one time. After you done told over and over and over again, and choke slam her. And
okay.
You could get, if you get suspended, you just get suspended. But if my baby come home lumped up like that, somebody got to get choke slammed. Now I would make him go through all the measures. You tell the teacher, then I probably would come say something, but you got that third time choke slam.
You know what? I cannot. Okay.
I'm sorry. Choke slam.
Oh my God. Okay.
And grab her in her neck right here with one hand, just one hand. Just one hand. Choke slam.
Okay.
And around and walk away. That's all. Don't drag her, just one time. Just one time.
Okay, I'm with you. Now, I tell you what, we're going to go around the room. But before I do, shout out to Pastor Gerald Harris out in Salinas, who says, just walk away unless your life is in danger. Russell Jefferson chimes in and he says, knock her out. Knock her out. I can't go with it. Then somebody else from the Freedom Radio team chimes in with Dionne and says, oh my God, choke slam. Patricia Farr, also from Richmond, says real Richmond, that part. Oh my God. Okay. Kenya says my son got hit like this. It might have to be a fair fight. You know what? Okay. I can't.
Richmond down.
Right. Here you go. Here go Allegra. Who said, come on, Richmond. You know
one big choke slam. And she thought she won't do that no more.
You know what? And why is Allegra chiming in?
Listen, because that's my sister.
Why is she agreeing with you?
Amen, Jesus.
Why is she agreeing with you? Talking about knock her smooth out. Why, Allegra, are you agreeing with Dionne? I cannot.
Just one time. And she'll stop fighting boys if he choke slam her right.
Oh my God. You know what? And what's wrong with these church folk? Elder Michael Washington, he's an elder at my church. I'm about teach her a lesson. Oh my God. Gay, talking about put her to sleep. Hallelujah. Lord have mercy. Okay, you know what? Let me go around the room. Yolanda, who is not from Richmond, she's from Denver. Yolanda.
They choke slamming in Denver too, I believe.
First I want to say we already know. See, you ever meet people that cut people on Tuesdays? Like, Dionne, I like you, but you just seem, you are just not a person that you just come around messing with. I already know. I just meet those kind of people. I already know.
I'm really, really sweet.
Nah, you cut people on Tuesdays. I already know.
So, Yolanda, what would you do? I mean, if you had a son and your son was
my poor child. Why are you hitting my? So everybody know I'm the nice girl, but I actually grew up like in an all-black, predominantly neighborhood, and I grew up in an area in Denver called Park Hill. So I grew up across the street from a blood, up the street from another blood. Behind me was another blood, right? All my life. So. Yeah, like I wouldn't say choke the little girl. See, my thing is I'm coming for your mama. I'm the kid. I'm coming for your mama because obviously somewhere at your house, this type of behavior is okay. Because kids only most time do what they see at home. So you know, the kids, I don't want the kids to fight, and I don't want the little boy, my son like grow with some bad behaviors. That's just me. But I'm coming for your mama. Where your mama at? Because why your mama is okay with your little girl hitting up, but what's going on? And these ain't like little scratches; these are like bruises, like real. Oh no! Me and your mama and the teacher and the principal are having a conversation. See, that's my mama talking. Like,
Okay, I'm with you. So
needs to talk.
So you're saying that you want to have a conversation with the mama, the teacher, and the principal.
Yeah, because obviously it's been going on more than once, and more than likely, if the little girl is hitting him, she's probably hitting other people too.
Okay, so she's probably a bully. She's probably a school bully, and we want to be nice and bring the mama in, bring the teacher in, bring the principal in, and sit them down for a nice conversation.
Yeah, see, I would say other words, but that's not Christian-like. So I can't say those words on on this platform.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? It's probably a little, see then the other start, the Shaniqua me come out.
Lord have mercy. I can't. Okay. I tell you what, here's what I'm going to do. I really, really want to hear Sabrina, even though Sabrina has girls, but she does now have a grandson. I'm curious to see what Sabrina is going to say. So Bree, get ready to scoot to your right and unmute yourself and tell me if your grandbaby came home looking like this. What would be your response? You're right. There you go.
Rock-a-bye,
Night.
Treetop, when the wind blows, cradle will rock. I'm like Yolanda. I have a problem with the parents. The key word that I picked up, which Ashlyn would do, Ashlyn would go through this and dissect every word. But the key word that I picked up is keeps. There shouldn't have been a keep. That first time, this situation should have been handled. As my grandson, oh no. My grandson has a sister that is a bully, 2 years younger than him. They will be singing Who Let the Dogs Out. My grandson might not get you, but his little sister is coming.
Yeah.
Oh, she coming.
Okay.
She
Okay.
coming.
So you saying that you may not have to handle it, you'll let the little sister handle it.
Somebody, a sister, a cousin, somebody handling it. Somebody gonna get you.
Ooh, y'all.
Listen, my sister has 2 granddaughters, and we went to a birthday party last year, and they had a piñata. My little niece, my great niece Peyton, and you guys probably know Peyton. Everybody knows Peyton. Peyton was the smallest child out there. They busted that piñata, and them kids went bananas. I saw my missionary, saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled sister in the floor on her hands and knees with them kids scrapping for candy. And when she came to herself, I was like, sister. She said, not my granddaughter. So listen, you let baby Ray come home looking like that.
Okay. It's going down with the baby cousins, the sister.
And if y'all got to get out there, somebody getting pinched.
Pinched.
I grew up in the Grand Old Church of God in Christ, where they pinch you under your arm and nobody knew you got pinched.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the other part. I'm coming. But yeah, I agree with Sabrina. See, I was nice until Sabrina said that.
Listen,
I
that
would
child
like
would be like Jesus.
past the little boy and like do that nice little turn the pinch. You gonna learn about.
I catch him under the hem of her garment. She can scream, don't touch me.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, that's good.
Y'all are hilarious. But I guess what y'all saying is that you gonna learn today.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And it wouldn't take them multiple times either.
Wow. Okay. Well, you know what? I get it. I knew y'all was gonna set the record straight. Dionne has still got me going with this Richmondisms, and Allegra chiming in with the amens because she says because God wants the truth. You know what I'm saying? I can't with y'all. Yeah. Okay. Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna leave that right there because I feel like y'all finna start looking around for kids that need.
That raised my blood pressure.
You see my eyebrows? They still up.
Yeah.
I know.
That raised my blood pressure.
I tried to tell y'all it's from the gate that I don't want y'all to get mad and stuff, but I just need to help a parent out. So now again, the way I grew up, because girl or boy, if you hit me, my mama said, I don't care who it is, and she was a missionary in the Church of God in Christ. She was like, I don't care if they hit you, whomsoever they might be. If you come home looking like that and you didn't do something back to them, I'm gonna whoop you again, and then we both going back to the school. So so I get it. Now I never came home like that, but I did have a girl bully in my school. She was a little bit taller than me and a little bit bigger than me, and she tried to bully me one time. The funny thing was I didn't get a chance to beat her up. One of my homies, another boy who just happened to be walking with me, beat her up, and I didn't get a chance to. I didn't get a chance to swing, and I kind of felt robbed, but it's okay. I still made it. So anyway, well, I appreciate y'all chiming in. Y'all are hilarious. That's what happens when you have a king and 3 queens on at the same time. You never know what may happen. Tell you what we're gonna do. I do have a helper, brother. I do have a one has to go. It's a little bit different, but I tell you what. Let's take a quick commercial break because y'all need a woosah moment. So let me play a quick commercial, video commercial. When we come back, we'll have even more. Take a look at. Oh Jesus! Take a look at this. Hey everyone, this is Demetrius Tollfree, station manager of your radio station, Freedom Radio. First of all, thank you for tuning in today. And did you know that we have an amazing array of shows that air weekly? Shows like Shop Talk, where no person or subject is off limits. The Indie Takeover Show with Jeremy Gibson. Better Together with Ashlyn Cole and Ja'Cory Prothro. Dito Live, where we are living in victory every day. High Tea with Bree with Sabrina and Dionne. The Music Mix featuring Poncho and Keisha J. The Mix and Mingle Talk Show, just to name a few. Now, we want you to be in the know of everything that we have going on. To do so, find us on your favorite social media platform, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, we use the same handle on them all, at Freedom Radio, FREEDEM Radio. Lastly, you'll need the Freedom Radio app. So if you have an iPhone or iPad, simply open the App Store, or if you're an Android user, open the Google Play Store and simply search Freedom Radio. We thank you for being a valued part of our continued listening audience, and remember to hashtag like, follow, and share at Freedom Radio. All right, y'all, and we are back. Welcome back to Freedom Radio, where we make things happen. This is Shop Talk, where, as you guys can see, no person and no subject is off limits. Here's what I want to do. I want to make a quick announcement, and I haven't had a chance to put together a video for it, but maybe that's what I'll do today and get things going. I want to let you know that we are making things happen. And let me tell you, we're making things happen because now on the Freedom Radio website, you can now go there to freedomradio.com/shop and be able to purchase your Freedom Radio t-shirt if you like. Here is a picture of one of the t-shirts. This is my dude, Danny Ford. We was out in the streets of the MH and took a picture of him in his Freedom Radio tee, as well as he has a Freedom Radio hat that he personally had made. I was shocked by that, but glad to have that, and so many more. Let me just bring up one more because you guys like to make things happen. So let me show you one more picture. I've been working on my photography, Dionne and Sabrina, and trying to get there. Maybe one day I might be able to snap one of you guys, but just on Saturday, got a chance to get this guy on. My dude Pancho Romero, rocking his Freedom Radio tee, and glad to be able to capture him and so many others. But if you want to be able to purchase your tee and show your love for Freedom Radio, all you have to do is go to freedomradio.com/shop and be able to purchase your tees. Or how about this? How about this, children? And we're moving on to One Has to Go. How about this? If you open up the Freedom Radio app, there is now a in-app update. All you have to do is allow the in-app update. You will see a shop button that will be updated in about a day or so. Anyway, you'll see a shop button in there. And if you click on the shop button, guess what? Not only will you be able to get Freedom Radio t-shirts, but you'll be able to get Demetrius Toll-Free t-shirts. You'll be able to get Ashlyn Cole t-shirts, as well as Ja'Cory Protho t-shirts. I've put them all into one place in the Freedom Radio app. Under the shop button, you can be able to support your favorite friends, and won't be long until we start seeing more High Tea with Bree t-shirts and other radio shows and from the Freedom brand, all comprised in one place. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to make that happen. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. Okay, y'all, it's time for our, I normally call it One Has to Go, but it's a little bit different. This is where you just have to pick one that was your favorite. So we're going to go with what is your favorite. And I'm going old school today. Yes, I'm going old school today. And I want to make this happen. So first of all, let's do some branding. Let's get up. Look at the Freedom Radio logo up in the corner. Let's make some things happen. Now, here's what I want you to do. One of these has to be called your favorite. So let's bring it up and let's see what we get. One has to be favorite. Who was your favorite couple? Ooh, we got a few different couples from the 90s. Take a look at these couples. And I need y'all to tell me which one is your favorite. We got Martin and Gina. We've got Will and his girl from what was the name of that show? The Fresh Prince. The Fresh Prince. We've got the favorite couple from man, I'm getting old. Lord, I can't remember all these shows. Thank you, youngster. Different world. And then what's this other one in the far right corner? Living single. And we're living single. Okay, cool. Dionne, we're gonna go with you. Which one of these was your favorite?
So my favorite, of course, was Dwayne and Whitley.
Really?
It was.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So you didn't like the other three? You just didn't...
Well, the other three were cool. Of course, who couldn't like Will, right? Martin was a little bit too silly for me. I'm a little bit more more serious than that. I loved Whitley's dry humor, and I loved Dwayne Wade's. He was always so complicit. He had no problem with complying. He was a good dude. That was my favorite. Loved
Okay.
it in the world.
Awesome. I can roll with you on that. Okay, Yolanda Morant out in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you had to pick one as your favorite, which of these would be your favorite?
I don't know. I was gonna say, well, okay, so let's say Nina and Will. I don't remember her name on the show. Okay, well, they weren't together long enough, really. The show's really more based on Will. So, I'm a big Living Singles fan. I really liked their relationship because she was so blondie, and he was kind of like, he just loved the ground she walked on. Oh yeah, I think I have to go with Dee. There was just something really cute about Whitley and Dwayne Wayne, how their relationship on the show, of course, grew over time. It didn't just start like that. It progressed. So yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Okay, I'll roll with you on that. And so we've got. Wait, which one did you say?
See.
Okay, so you're going with Dionne. Okay, I'll roll with you on that. So shout out to the people who are starting to chime in. Michael Washington says Martin and Gina. Leah Marie says Martin and Gina. Bonita Adams Jones also says Martin and Gina. Denisha Sexton Duzo is going with the living single couple. She says D. Okay, so Sabrina, last but not least, if you were to pick a favorite couple of these four, which one are you going to go with? Slide to your right.
So I'm with Yolanda. I don't even remember Will and Nia being a couple. So that must have been super brief, or I was on punishment during that time period. I don't remember them as a couple. When I look at the last three that are left, it's something about each of those couples that get on my nerves. Trying to watch these shows now, over 40, is nerve-wracking to me. They were so silly. But because of the impairment that I thought that D had, they were a little special. There were times when I didn't know if they should be getting a check from Social Security. I was quite convinced that they were both on the yellow bus, but I was amazed that they have found each other. They gave me hope that there is somebody for everybody, and you too could have love, even if you're special. So I'm going to go with D.
Okay, that is hilarious. And she says, so Sabrina says that, watching these over 40, that they are, they're extra silly to her. So says the person that has everybody laughing every time she gets on the mic. That comes.
But it's a different kind of silly. Y'all laugh the same that y'all did when y'all was watching it back then. Is it still hilarious to you?
I think it feels different, right? Like I went back and watched I'm watching Girlfriends now, but like all the shows that got on Netflix, super excited about that. But like the Parker sister, and there I realized like brand like Moesha, there is like you've grown up, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like 41. Yeah, I look 41, don't I look great. But I'm 41, and I'm like, dang, you were that immature? Like we 5 episodes in, he's still telling. It's just like, oh, I was a teenager though when these shows were on.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Because I mean, I might chuckle, but I'm not falling over. I'm definitely not slapping my knee.
Okay, I'm with you. You know what, y'all are cracking me up today. So first of all, Bonita Adams Jones says to you, Sabrina, you've gotten old. I still find these shows funny. You know what I'm saying? Tracy J. Wilson also chimes in. She says, not me. It's still funny. You know what I'm saying? And then Ashlyn, hey, Ashlyn, she chimes in. I love Sabrina's level of silly.
Hi, sister.
Hey, it's all to the good. Michael Washington chimes in and says, I watch Martin every night. With that being said, I have to chime in. And if one of these was my favorite, obviously I grew up watching all these shows, you know what I'm saying? Now this is one of them, I still watch Fresh Prince, you know what I'm saying? Yo, home, smell you later. I still watch it, you know. I still watch Martin. Out of the four, I still watch Martin out of the four. And if one of these had to be my favorite, I'd have to go with Martin and Gina, especially when BDB came over, when Pam came over. BDB, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, it would be it's a whole different level. But again, I appreciate y'all chiming in, making me laugh and making things happen. Let's bring everybody up once more. And man, today's show is rolling and we are making things happen. Y'all literally have got me cracking up. I'm gonna try to hold myself together. Bahati Wally just chimed in though and said that D was his favorite. Benita Adams Jones says that Martin is still hilarious. I get it. Delasia says that I love the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now, if we wasn't live on the air, I can remember all of these shows. But man, it seemed like I got about 4 or 5 more gray hairs over the weekend. And my memory, you know, they say the older you get, 2 things happen. The first thing is you start forgetting things. The second thing is I forgot. Anyway, here's what we're gonna do.
That was cute. That was cute.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take one more quick music break. When we come back from this music break, we are going to get ready a few minutes early.
Yes.
To jump into Sabrina's segment.
I'm scared.
I'm so excited about this one. Mm-hmm.
So here's what we're going to do. Let's, y'all feel me? I'm actually getting kind of nervous. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick music break. Let me just say it like this. Next Monday, we're going to have an in-studio guest. Javon Watkins of the Bay Area has released brand new music, and he is going to be live with us, and he's going to debut his new single in terms of the video to his single. We're going to stream that, and we're going to do the world premiere right here on Shop Talk next week. It's going to be exciting. So here's what we're going to do. If you haven't heard the song, why don't we take a little break? And Sabrina, I'm going to throw you backstage. Yolanda and Dionne, I'm going to throw you backstage just for a moment. Let's get ready to hear the song or the video they're going to premiere next Monday. This is Javon Watkins. The song is simply called It Is Well. And we'll be right back with more right after this.
When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, for whatever my life thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. Storms blow, breakers dash, but I know who holds me fast. Troubles come and billows roll, but I know which way to go. The healer is here. The healer is here. Oh, my healer is here. You say, my healer is here. Storms blow, breakers dash, but I know who holds me fast. Troubles come and billows roll, but I know which way to go. My healer, provider, sustainer, he's here. My healer, provider, sustainer, he's here. Oh, my healer, provider, sustainer, he's here. My healer, yes he is. Yes he is. You've shown us so much love. You've let us feel your touch. You've shown us your great power. Oh, how you love us so much. So if you never show more grace, and if we never see your face, we never have to fear, because your spirit is here. You've shown us so much love. You let us
That is new music from the Bay Area's own Javon Watkins. Song is simply called It Is Well. Let's get ready to bring everybody back up. People like Sabrina. We've got Dionne and we've got Yolanda. Welcome y'all back to Shop Talk, where literally no person and no subject is off limits. All right.
That song was fire. It made me literally, I could see myself running to the altar. That song was amazing.
Awesome stuff. Yeah. We look forward to having him join us live next Monday, as again, we will be debuting the video to that song. It Is Well. So he'll be here with us live. We'll get a chance to debut the song fully with full video and everything. Shout out to Bahati. What he says, wow, that song just had me in full worship mode. I feel you. I get it. And I promise you, it is well. All right, y'all, here's what we're going to do. We're getting ready to jump in to Sabrina's segment. Now, when we brought Sabrina on, man, Sabrina, how many years ago was that when you first came to Shop Talk? You remember?
I feel like yesterday, but has it been like 5 years? Because High Tea is 2 years old now.
Yeah, I think it may be about 5 years that you've been part of the Shop Talk and Freedom family. And man, we haven't been the same since you've joined, and we're glad to have you hanging out with us as always. And as I mentioned earlier, welcome home. And let's get ready to jump into this thing. So before I give it over to Sabrina, as she gets ready to ghoulishly rub her hands together, the thoughts and opinions of Ask Shop Talk are not necessarily the thoughts and opinions of freedomradio.com. With that being said, Sabrina, the virtual floor is now yours.
So I am super excited for this particular question, and I'm very excited to have Dionne with me. This is the kind of thing on High Tea with Bree that we would get into in a very therapeutic and spiritual way to kind of dissect. So it'll be great for us to be able to do this together for you all. Is it going to be put up?
Yeah, let me bring it up on the screen.
Okay, so I will read it to y'all. Y'all hold on to y'all hats. There's some good tea here, but they need help. So remember, we helping folks. So, dear Shop Talk, I'm a married woman who has been in a secret relationship for 3 years with a coworker of mine. My boyfriend died by suicide last week, and my world has been turned upside down. I was the last person he texted, and he wanted me to come over. I told him I couldn't. A couple hours later, he was gone. I have been crying uncontrollably ever since, and no one understands why. He too was in a relationship, and I was led to believe she knew about us and was okay with our relationship. My husband, though, does not know. Because I'm the other woman, I had no say in anything after his passing and wasn't able to keep anything of his as a memory. My question is this: would it be wrong for me to reach out to his family? They do not know about our relationship, and I'm wondering if I should tell them. I also want a few of his belongings, just a t-shirt, if anything. But would it be wrong for me to even ask? Sleepless in Seattle. Girl.
Sabrina, man, as usual, you play too much, man. So
the level of hush that then fell over the entire room. Dionne, your eyes come through, Grace. Ashlyn says, help us, Jesus.
I'm just... Dionne, I think you're muted. You muted yourself, Dionne. So, okay, now you there.
She unmuted, but she still ain't saying nothing. Come on, Grace.
Listen. Well, first and foremost, that made my whole stomach hurt. I need a outhouse.
You need a porta potty.
I need a porta potty, child. I don't even need no regular bathroom because the degrees of emptying for a situation of such that day, yeah, you know that's one you get musty. that make your new growth go back. Listen, your hair gonna start swelling if you don't have no point. Hey, that's a whole situation. That's a situation and a circumstance combined.
She just
So
wants a t-shirt. I don't know why y'all acting like that. She just wants something to hold on to.
nah. I tell you what. Let me bring it back on the screen.
Look, watch this, Tole. This hecka messy. I'm gonna put my mouth on the mic. Where a leg rat? You should bring her in.
But now the thing to remember is, and I'll read it again. D's gonna put it back up there. She is married. The other woman, he was not married. He had a significant other, but he was not married. D, put it back up there. I'm gonna read it again. Y'all take it in. I'm a married woman who's been in a secret relationship for 3 years with a coworker of mine. She had a work husband. My boyfriend died by suicide last week, and my world has been turned upside down. I was the last person he texted. He wanted me to come over. I told him I couldn't. A couple of hours later, he was gone. I have been crying uncontrollably ever since, and no one knows why. He too was in a relationship, and I was led to believe she knew about us, but was okay with our relationship. However, my husband does not know. Because I'm the other woman, I had no say in anything after his passing and wasn't able to keep anything of his as a memory. My question is, would it be wrong for me to reach out to his family, his mama and them, not his girlfriend, his mama and them? They do not know about our relationship. And I was wondering if I should be the one to tell him, Big Mama need to know this. Also, I want a few of his belongings, a shirt, if anything. Is it wrong for me to ask his mama and them? Let me get his trophy from junior high. Did that help at all? We still need a outhouse? Is that under?
What? I tell you what. Now, today's show was dubbed A King and Two Queens.
We just added a joker.
This sounds like a woman's conversation. So I tell you what I'm gonna do.
No, he always do that. He always do that. All right. So before we go to the audience, Yolanda, I'm gonna ask you first while Dionne is getting her thoughts together. What you thinking, sis?
You asked the unmarried girl first. Ooh, Lord. First of all, let's just say I don't know these people. Do not inbox me. Yolanda said, don't do that. That would not want to meet Taquana today. Don't do that. Okay, so this is my personal opinion. A lot of things happen between people in workspaces.
That's the truth.
And you know, to be honest with you, I think a lot of times, I mean, of course, there is some wrong in it. There's a moral part in it that's wrong. Okay, but there are a lot of things that happen in workspaces. And I'm not married, but I do have a lot of married friends. There's a lot of things that happen in marriage that people are not always aware of. It could be a bad situation. Maybe her and her husband were already on the out. I'm serious because people automatically go for like the gusto, but a lot of times there's a whole nother thing that's going on.
Yep.
And so, 3 years is a long time to carry that out. And to be honest with you, I've seen or heard people do it longer.
Yep.
So me personally, to be honest, I'm always probably going to be on the other side of the fence, but me personally, she probably is really hurting for real.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. I think it's one thing to send your condolences. That may be a bit far, right? I think it's one thing to send your condolences. I feel like that you can do. Anything outside of that is crossing the line.
Okay.
Because the thing is, you're married. He wasn't. So, and he was in a relationship too, and it doesn't say how far that relationship was. So I think you can send your condolences. I mean, if you went to the funeral, that might be a little, you might need to sit in the back with your black hat, girl. But outside of that, to ask for anything, to me, is totally yeah, but definitely by no means should you tell these people that you were in a secret relationship with the son. Oh no, too far.
Okay. Before I go to Dionne, I want to go to Facebook to read some of the comments. Leah Marie says she needs her blank whooped. Ashlyn answers her question when she says, "Am I wrong?" Ashlyn says 2 words, yes, and then she only says 1 word. Patricia Ann Jackson Wheeler is she's saved. I believe it. I feel her anointing. She said all of it's true, but she's still reaching out in her pain for answers. All souls are mine, saith the Lord. No one knows how wrong she is more than she already does. So she's saying, right, some grace. And I want to say this too, before I go back to Facebook. I've been working full time since I was 15 years old. I've been in the workforce for a long time. I have had a work husband. When I was in college, I had a college husband. So Yolanda, as you say, like things happen. You spend more of your time with these people sometimes than you spend with your own family. So I'm not saying it's okay, but the reality is some of us listening probably have had work spouses or still do. All right, I'm gonna let that go. Ty McLean says it sounds like a mess. Dito Leffa said that's a woman's conversation. Leah Marie first said, "Oh my God." Ty McLean says, "Pray for me because I was going in." But Heidi says, "How you married and have a boyfriend at the same time?" So, Dionne, what you thinking?
Oh, if we not be superficial
Mm-hmm.
and heck of plastic and act like people don't have husbands and boyfriends and wives and girlfriends all of the time. I think that she should stay in her lane, no doubt. The reality is, if she has a whole husband, girl, you don't you get to wrestling up foolish. You trying to wake up the dead, open up closets and dodge bones and do a whole bunch of shenaniganry. And the reality is, yes, ma'am, you would absolutely be out of line. Have a seat and grieve and deal with the pain of the choice that you made. You made a whole decision to have a boyfriend with a husband, and everything costs something, sugar. That's all. So now you got to grieve over there in the corner by yourself, and depending on whether or not your husband is from Richmond, because he gonna be trying to figure out what you crying about, and you bet not, if you from Richmond, think you finna go to that funeral and slide down no walls.
Listen, with a big black hat on.
Listen, and some good shades. You
The
better
2 minute
sneak cry.
the 2 minute expression is not for you, sis.
No, ma'am. Have a seat.
Right?
Have a seat in the corner in the back.
Yeah, I think it's totally 1,000 on, you know, extremely inappropriate to ask for any type of anything. Now the other part is, Holy Ghost. She might be probably feeling a lot of, a lot of guilt because maybe she feels like the suicide was, maybe somewhat her fault.
Like the relationship played a part into his decision. You mean?
Yeah, but you get therapy. Don't you call that boy mama. You
That's
go
hard.
you go see the people and you pay your what copay and you get you some therapy. Nope.
Oh,
Because listen, I'm a mother of sons. And if I never met you and you come over here and you ask me for something that belonged to my boy, sweet cakes. I'm from Choke Slam Nation.
listen.
And I don't mean don't you come over here and ask me, and I didn't know who you were, and you got a husband. Listen, Linda.
Yep. This is a good place for her to go sit down with some of her girlfriends and allow them to hold her through this grieving process. And the reality is, sis, you work with him. If you don't go take the staple off his desk and that tape dispenser and cradle that, you
Call
got
it a weekend. You better get his calendar from last year. Get his calendar from last year. Open his desk and get his favorite pen and push.
go get his favorite pen and that coffee mug he drunk out of and call it a momentous day.
That's all.
Day.
And I'm sorry. And then you better get in the corner somewhere and repent.
Yeah.
Right? So you can at least get you some sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to be dragging that. So funny. My pastor was kind of talking about not this, but the things that happen when women connect with the wrong person.
Yeah.
And so how we in our minds, like immediately, not all people, but sometimes immediately like register like he's my guy after sleeping with him. So the other part is you've connected a soul tie. See, there's a lot going on.
It really is.
You connected a soul tie, and now this was really happening. All them two spirits are sleeping with you and your husband.
Ooh.
No, girl.
Yeah. And you know what? You said you're right. It's a lot going on. If this was high tea, Dionne and I would lean into the fact that, sis, how was you in a relationship with somebody for 3 years who would be with you while you're married and then have the capacity to commit suicide and you not know?
With your broken self.
What were you doing for 3 years?
That's good.
With your codependent self. Both
Trying
of
to fix him.
trying to fix him and fix you simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Wow.
at the end of the day, the reality is, like I said before, everything costs something.
Mm-hmm.
Relationships like
Everything.
that are always a thing, right? That's that entanglement business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Serious entanglement. Um,
man. To the fix.
Yeah. And that's the thing, Dionne, you said it, like everything costs something.
mhm,
Even things that are pleasure for the moment, they cost something. It would make my nerves absolutely bad to think that I had an affair and the person, the cost that they paid was their life, that they took it themselves. And then I got to grieve by myself to myself.
elongate things at that. Because
Yep.
that's that building stuff on top of secret foolishness, which people do it all the time.
All the time.
Mhm.
All
And
the time.
I mean, because imagine if she never told her homegirls.
Mm-hmm.
What if she never said anything? What if that's just been her closet business forever? So imagine what that feels like.
That's right. That's right. So
Right.
before we end this segment, because we do want to highlight the demonstration of God's grace towards us. And what if she did not talk to anybody about it? What if she cannot afford to get therapy, or she feels as though she's too embarrassed to disclose? Can we just encourage her that God still loves her? Because what we don't want is another person to feel so despondent and disconnected that they walk off and commit
Absolutely.
suicide thinking, I want to be with him. So can we just, ladies, can we talk to her just for a minute about the hope that can be on the other side of even this?
I mean, you can definitely come back from anything. That's my theory without sharing my story that can't be shared yet. But you
I
can come
get
back
it.
from anything, right? So anything is possible. And the biggest thing, to be honest with you, that we don't always tell people to do, especially in the church, especially in Black churches, you need a couple things. You need prayer, you need the Holy Ghost, and you need therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You need to start going to therapy immediately. Like, start looking online. If you're watching, you need to start looking online. Maybe there's some free therapy in your. I'm currently going to therapy, and to be honest, it's free of charge. Found it in my area,
Nice.
and it's free of charge. And I've been going probably since the top of the year, and I go every week.
Yeah.
So you need therapy. It will do wonders for your life. And I actually encourage that you try to find a Christian therapist in addition to your pastor, or
That's right.
if you're a Christian, if you go to church. But you need therapy, because what you're experiencing, you're not only experiencing losing a relationship or losing a person. That's reason to get therapy enough by itself. But now you lost somebody in life, like they're gone, and they didn't die from COVID, they didn't die from an accident, they killed themselves. You need therapy immediately.
Absolutely. Thank you. You can have therapy and Jesus at the
Yep.
same time. Grace, what do you talk to the people? Talk to your girl.
I would absolutely agree with Yolanda. I think that it is really, really necessary to number one, first and foremost, the Holy Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Changes everything, opens up the eyes of your understanding. And the reality is, we all recovered from something. We've
Yep.
all got a testimony. We've all got a story, which is why we know everything costs something. Because chances are the majority of us have paid for something, right? But ultimately, that whole, I agree with Yolanda with regard to therapy, no doubt. But I also believe in having people around you that you can be 110% who you
Mhm.
are, to be able to set some accountability in place in such a way, because you got to recover from it, right? You got to be able to talk. And therapy is great, but relationship is even better. The Holy Spirit is key, but at the end of the day, having people around you to remind you, number one, that you'll recover from this.
That's
That
right.
speak life into you, that can encourage you to keep going, because there's an end of everything, right? So we go through our processes, we go through our moments of grief, we go through our moments of making bad decisions, to be
Yes.
straight
Mhm.
up. But at the end of the day, to make sure that you are not isolating, because depression is real. Spiritual warfare is real. The elements of being distracted in your mind can create and leave room for elongated grief, which is a pit, and a one at that. So that's it. Holy Spirit, therapy, and some amazing, amazing accountability partners.
Absolutely. So I'm going to end this segment. This has been amazing. And I hope if the writer is listening, that she heard something that encouraged her forward. But out of all the comments that we have, which there are plenty, and thank you all for participating, I want to end with my friend, my brother, Bahati Worley. He said, Romans 5:8, while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. So with that being said, Tole, you can come out of hiding, and I want to hear your thoughts. You don't get away.
So, in my honest opinion, I know that we're making reference to a young lady in this situation, but this could very well be switched, and this could be a man on the other end. And so, in my honest opinion, I've seen it happen from both sides of the coin. And one, no, she should not be going to ask for anything. I seen, Patricia mentioned earlier in her comments, 3 years, and he didn't give you any type of keepsake. So, if you didn't get a keepsake, you can't, as you all mentioned, you can't show up at the funeral with a great big hat. You can't go down there trying to jump into the casket. You can't do all these type of things. But what I wholeheartedly agree with you all on, definitely need to get some counseling. And as was mentioned earlier through Facebook, you really can't grieve hard in front of your real significant other, because they're gonna be like, "What the heck?" You know what I'm saying?
Choke slam.
It's really going to be like, what in the heck is wrong with you? I remember seeing a picture on Instagram many, many weeks ago where there was a girl that was in bed crying, and the man was trying to console the woman. But in the caption said that, she broke up with her boyfriend, and now here's her husband trying to console her, not knowing, what it is that she's crying about. So, I mean, one, if you're going to grieve, you're going to have to grieve on your own or in that counseling session.
Yes, right.
Because it cannot happen with your real significant other, because it is going to cause mayhem in your life. And with every decision you make, you're either going to reap a harvest or suffer consequences. In this one, you're suffering some consequences, and the consequences could be that you're going to go through some stress. You're going to have some high blood pressure. You're going to have some things happen in your life that you kind of brought on yourself. But thanks be to God that we serve a God that once you ask for forgiveness, he remembers it no more. Now, unfortunately, you'll have some scuba diving saints that will jump into the sea of forgetfulness that will try to remember your sins forever. But, the main thing is to be able to try to figure a way to move on with this. And as you all have mentioned, therapy is going to be, mammoth in this type of situation for you to be able to move forward. So,
Tole, can I ask you a question? It might feel a little messy, especially after that good sermon and altar call that you all just put on for us. But you're married. Bahati, you're married. Dee, you're married. Tracy, you're married. For those of you that are married, how long would it take for you to pick up on the fact that this is not usual and normal grief over a coworker? Because, I mean, if I go home crying over I'm going to cry if my coworker passed away. But as a married person, how long would it take for you to realize that this is more than that?
It's really hard to say, because you have to realize that most men aren't as intuitive as a woman is. A woman will pick up on a man doing something way quicker than a man will pick up on a woman. We just aren't that intuitive. So it may take me a minute, depending on. It just depends. I mean, because as Dionne or one of you all mentioned, that you spend more time in many cases with that friend at work than sometimes you would spend at home. And depending on your level of grief, I mean, like, if I'm there with you at the funeral, which I hope I'm not, but if I'm there with you at the funeral and I'm seeing you like falling out and trying to hop in the doggone casket and falling out behind the casket when they roll it down, I'm gonna be like, what the heck is wrong with you? I'm gonna have some questions. But other than that, if it's just me seeing you crying or grieving at home, I may not pick up on that as quickly as I would if we're at the funeral or something together.
Listen, Bahati said how he didn't pick up the other relationship she had for 3 years. Now that's I'll have to come back next week and we can have a whole nother conversation about that. Because listen, folks been in relationships 10 and 15 years simultaneously.
Yeah.
Life.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, it's crazy. Again, I am willing to go on record saying that women are smarter than men when it comes to that. You get no argument out of me. We as men, we don't pick up on that stuff as quickly. Now, once we do pick up on it, though, then it's a whole nother situation. But in terms of initially picking it up or having that tingly sense or spidey sense that something's going on, women pick that up way quicker than men, and you all are able to act upon it and do your research and whatever it is that you do.
Yes.
Whatever it is that you guys do that men don't have that smarts to do, my hat is off to you all. So if I was the husband in this, I wouldn't know or wouldn't be able to realize this unless I went with her to the funeral. And again, please don't take me to the funeral if that's where you're going.
That would be the ultimate disrespect, to take your husband to your boyfriend's funeral.
Yeah, real talk. So yeah, and Sabrina, again, you play too much, man. You play way too much. But I'm glad that you had a chance to bring this to us, and hopefully we got a chance to help the person that was that submitted this to us.
Yes. Well, Tole, thank you for the opportunity. I'm looking at the time. It is far spent, so I'm going to turn it back to you. The virtual floor is yours.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I am also looking up at the clock, and it is almost time for us to go. But before we do, let me just give a quick reminder. I don't know if any of you got a chance to catch the vice presidential debate last week. It was a little better than the presidential debate, but nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we have got to vote. It is being thrown in our face from the Republican side of everything that voting is necessary for us. And those of you may have seen, if you haven't got your ballot as of yet, I've got mine and already sent mine back in. But as an independent, you will now see that Kanye West is on the California ballot as a vice presidential candidate with an independent person. So, I mean, listen, I know we all like rap. I know we all like, what it is, that he does and all the stuff that he's done. But listen, my brother, my sister, it is upon us. We must vote, and we must make a conscious decision in our vote. I believe that there may be another presidential debate this week, depending on COVID situations. I'm not sure. There may be another one, but if it's anything like the very first one was, oh my God, we have so much to pray for. And I'm with you, Dee Dee. I've already voted and sent mine in. And I hope that all of you who are listening, who are watching, also get a chance to do that as well. Last but not least, those of you who are Apple fans or Apple fanatics like I am, tomorrow at 10 a.m., Apple was getting ready to have another presentation. I hear that they may be announcing new phones. So if you are an Apple fan, tomorrow at 10 a.m., on apple.com, you can be able to watch that presentation and make things happen from there. With that being said, it is time for us to go, and we are going to get ready to go around the room with closing comments and final thoughts. Yolanda, since you're the furthest, I will start with you. Closing comments, final thoughts.
Oh man, just have a super great day. Always find a reason to smile. There's something somewhere. You're alive. If you see us, then you're alive. Hopefully, prayerfully, you're well. So find a reason to smile. Follow me on Wildpraize, and follow me somewhere else. Follow me on love fetish _ on Instagram. I have some really cool things coming. So follow me on love fetish _ Have a great day.
Awesome. Good stuff. Glad to have had you. Dionne, the radical one. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Any closing comments, final thoughts?
It was just great being here. It's been a while since I've hung out with the Shop Talk crew, and so today was absolutely a pleasure. Just grateful for the opportunity, but more than anything, I'm really, really proud of where you're going, the direction you're going in, and how things are growing for Freedom Radio. Just continue to do the work. You're doing a great job over there. And also, if you've not done so, check your girl out at Increase Media Me everywhere. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Some new things are coming up the horizon.
Good stuff. Again, glad to have had you. Hope to have you back in the very near future. Last but not least, Sabrina, again, we welcome you back home. And any closing comments, final thoughts?
As always, there's no place like home. It was amazing being here today. It's always great fun. I'm hoping that you all feel constrained by the love of God that I feel as well. Just from today's show, everything that we talked about ultimately came back to just how much God loves us. It was amazing music today. So I hope you guys feel encouraged to live, to love, to laugh, to dream, and most of all, to hope. I will see you all again soon. Bye, guys.
Awesome. Listen, as we get ready to go, again, I want to remind you, if you have the Freedom Radio app, if you open the app, inside of there, you will have an in-app update. You don't have to update the app itself, but you'll have an in-app update, and you will notice a new shop button. You can purchase T-shirts from Freedom Radio. There's a Tole photography T-shirt in there. There is a Demetrius Toll-free T-shirts for my birthday bash, if you didn't get a chance to do so. There's Ashlyn Cole T-shirts inside of the app, as well as Ja'Cory Prothro T-shirts, all available and comprised in one area under the roof of the Freedom Radio app. Again, if you have not subscribed to our podcast channel, make sure you do that. You'll be able to hear previously recorded shows of Shop Talk, of Tole Live, of High Tea with Bree, the Music Mix, the Mix and Mingle Talk Show, and even Better Together, all in one place. You'll be able to do yourself some great good by doing so. Till the next time, on behalf of Sabrina, Dionne, and Yolanda, my name is Tole. Till the next time, you know how I do it. I'll holla. Let's roll out on this music right here. Hey.
I was walking clumsy with my vision. Couldn't see without my glasses, got new lenses. Yeah. Now you got my attention while I'm here, yeah. Please fill my prescription, feel me. Feel me. Feel me. Oh yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I don't wanna be perfect. That wouldn't mean you died in vain. All these sinful ways that I was cursed. I want you to take them all away. I know I'm sick, I'm broken, and I need a fix. Oh jeez, you fix it, I break it, you fix it, I break it, you feel it, I'm breaking around, feeling like dying.